think a lot of it has to do with, you know, life experiences, you know. Something will happen, whether it's good or bad, and that can influence you to write a song, you know.
Creating seems so frivolous in like kind of culture these days that taking time or pursuing your passion and creating in whatever it is you do seems, you know, kind of like super risky.
I don't know, it's just the feeling that I get every single time when I just listen to it. I just feel happy for a change. So.
Photography, as far as the way I choose to create, came because I failed getting into graphic design school, actually.
You're trying to learn, you know, how to play the guitar or how to sing, and you know, you're not gonna be great when you're starting.
Pushing through your daily struggles, pushing through, it's like, man, this song really sucks. Like, I don't like the direction I'm going with it.
I felt like I was failing as an artist because I didn't have this stamp of like, when you see it, you know it's me. Because lots of people, it just like came to them like, I always have this slight, you know, style to whatever I'm doing, and I never had that.
Well, I've been in the creative industry for over 12 years at this point. The bulk of that was in UI design for video games, and that experience doesn't translate in employers' eyes necessarily one-to-one. You know, just because I can make buttons doesn't mean I can animate in their eyes.
Oh, how many likes did this photo get, or how many followers does this person have, or they have so much engagement, oh, they're already booked for all this time and I only have one. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, it's just a constant internal second guessing all the time.
A lot of the motivation came from, you know, seeing these artists that I look up to, how successful they are, and I want to be there one day, you know, because I know that they also went through the same thing. So I know that it takes a lot of time to perfect your art.
It's all about creating something awesome, you know. I mean, you have to do something sometimes in any job where it's just making something that isn't necessarily your passion, but, you know, if you can, you know, work at that and make those things, you know, making something you're really proud of that people look at and they're like, wow, that's cool. That's kind of what drives me.
It goes back to listening to this one song by Cascade, probably that's around that same time actually where I was really kind of just struggling. That song really impacted me. And I think ultimately for me, like, I want to create something that does that for somebody else. Like, whether it's just one person, like, I'll be the happiest person because I know that I impacted someone else's life.
I love visual things. I love, you know, beauty, graphics, design. It's just not quite as mainstream and focused. So once I finally came through and realized that everything I love that's in this world boils down to creativity and design and beauty, like that's when I realized, okay, well, I just gotta go with this.
There are those times when I capture something, either through, like with my girls and my seniors, when I know that because we've done all so much work for me to get to know them, to collaborate with them, and there's that one picture that, you know, when I show them their images, the mom's crying, it's just the way that they view their daughter, and being able to capture that moment, like that's like a big boost that makes me feel like what I do is important.
What you don't realize when you see an amazing piece of artwork is that they had to start somewhere, you know. They started making crappy things that ended up being less crappy and started being good and then started to be really good. And I mean, no one innately has that ability to make that kind of stuff.
I think people are afraid of the word failure or failing at something. But really what that does is those moments give you opportunities to learn in a way that you couldn't do it before.
Learn to accept the fact that you're not going to be perfect, you know. You just have to take that frustration and then, you know, turn it into energy. If you find yourself struggling, whether it's with writing or just even learning, remember that everybody struggled at one point.
You are the artist. If you're having a hard time, just kind of take it back a little bit and just make sure it's coming from you. Just keep moving forward and don't worry, you're not going to get it wrong.
Don't be afraid of rejection. Like someone's gonna always reject what you say, or they're gonna say that you suck or you shouldn't be doing something, and just keep going. Because it's like, who are they to tell you that you can't do something?
If you love what you do and if you can handle like the crap that's gonna be coming your way, then keep pushing. Those failures are going to happen, but it depends on what you do with those failures. That's when I think the real growth happens for an artist.
I have a desire for the music. I keep wanting to just keep on doing this, and I think that's just what's driven me the most. It's just, I want to do it, and I want to create something that someone else is gonna love.
Whether it's painting or whether it's music, keep going, you know, keep creating, because without us, the world would be a boring place, you know? It's art is what drives us, so keep going.